So one of the things that I often wonder about is why churro, or for that case, bacon, barks at the door, or rather, why all dogs bark at the door. It is kind of this thing of like they're tranquil in the house, nothing really bothers them, but as soon as they know that something is approaching the door, somebody knocks on the door, you can see the shadow of somebody at the door. Don't even get me started on getting that doorbell rang. Just incessant barking non-stop. You have to talk them down, you have to pat them, you have to get them away from the situation, and then they will stop barking. I don't know, it's always been my feeling that maybe it's maybe they feel territorial with it, or maybe they're just saying hello. That could be a thing, right? Like if somebody knocked on my door, maybe I would just go like, hi. But your guess is as good as mine. Hello and welcome to the Ales and Fails stream. I'm your host, Ale Wolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the excellence of an execution, the no-throne cicerone. And welcome back to the stream, folks, but more importantly, welcome back to Friday. Here's hoping that you're having an amazing Friday. Friday tends to be everyone's favorite day simply because they are wrapping up with the week, and maybe there's some fun weekend plans ahead of them, maybe just a relaxing weekend. I guess this is an important weekend, right? It is the weekend of May the 4th, and as many of you out there are fans of, it is a Star Wars themed weekend, and May the 4th be with you all. Here's hoping that you've got some relaxing or stimulating times ahead of you here at the Ales and Fails Nation. I don't know that we have too much going on, really. Certainly hoping to do my general weekend shenanigans. I'm actually looking forward to doing some cooking tomorrow. I've got a couple new recipes. One of them is a breakfast recipe. I'll be making some green eggs and ham, and all that is scrambled eggs with cheese, ham, and of course our friend kale. Please eat your greens, folks. Then that afternoon I'll probably try and make some cheddar broccoli soup. Not 100% sure if I'll have the time, but here's me trying. Of course, before we move on to any more nonsense over here, I do have to introduce the star of the show over there, Churro, on this side over here. I can't do the thing. He's in this direction right there. There it is. Churro, very nice boy. So clearly he's sleeping right now. He just recently had lunch, so he's a happy boy for the time being. I do have a redeem where I have to feed him again. Please do not use that redeem, I beg you. Before we actually get onto anything else, let's go ahead and actually talk about what's on tap. And of course, once again, I left my drink in the refrigerator. Let me go ahead and get it. Just in case anybody was wondering whether or not the refrigerator behind me was real and instead of a backdrop or a green screen, it is indeed real. It is a real fridge. So what have we got here today? This is something that we haven't had in quite some time, but certainly a classic mellifluous drink. This is Radeberger Pilsner, all the way from Germany, one of our favorite countries in terms of beers, of course. You've got a white background with some gold letters, some gold coins, a very regal style of a beer can design, I want to say. Very much like it. It's very easy on the eyes. We do like our princely beers over here. And so this one is actually a Pilsner. So what exactly is a Pilsner? I'm sure that you've encountered them. They're pretty common beers. Pilsners are actually lagers. Now, lagers are not ales. And so you might be saying, well, ales, why are you talking about a lager here in this show that is dedicated to ales? Also, for some reason, I decided to call this a show. And I will say, first of all, I made no such claims. I won't just be covering ales in this show that you're suggesting here. I love all beers. I think the only beers that I don't like are the ones that are horribly hopped. But you've heard me talk about that enough. So a Pilsner is a lager. The difference between a lager and an ale, it's a couple of different things. Lagers are bottom fermenting, which means that when you throw them into the fermentation tank, the yeast actually settles to the bottom of the tank. When you're fermenting an ale, the yeast actually rises to the top. So the way I like to think about it, the way that you can probably remember is in alphabetical order. If A is at the top, ales, yeast are at the top. Lagers, much later in the alphabet, they're at the bottom. Lager for low, I guess, as they say. So they ferment with bottom fermenting yeast. And the interesting thing about that is that simply because you have all of this fermentation happening at the bottom of the tank, any other secondary compounds that you might expect from a particular beer are generally found closer to the bottom of the beer. And this is kind of an interesting gravitational process, because once you clear that yeast out of that beer, you end with a very fine, thin, crystal clear, very crisp liquid. And that is what lagers are known for. They're very clean, they're crystalline. You can see right through them. They're fairly transparent. They're light-bodied. It doesn't take away from their flavors. I think it accentuates them. Lots of lagers are very much hop forward, and they are very good at showcasing their hops. I dare say that lagers are some of the cleanest brewing beers. And I'm not trying to suggest that ales brew like dirty or anything like that, but it is the sort of thing where, because of this specific fermentation process, everything that brewery puts forward, everything in that ingredient list, is actually very apparent in that final drink. The other interesting thing about lagers is that they ferment in colder temperatures than ales, whereas ales can ferment in like a cold room, like a basement or something like that. A lager needs a little colder temperatures, like a refrigeration, like a 4-degree sort of thing. So yeah, they're very specific in the temperatures that they require. So a Pilsner specifically is a type of beer that started off in what's it called? What's this place called? It's right at the top of my mind. The Czech Republic. Yes, the Czech Republic, because that's where Pilsner Urquell comes from. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Whatever the case, they're steely beers. In that sense, they showcase very much their hops. They have very consistent hop character through them, and it's largely noble hops simply because you are talking about the region of Germany. In fact, Pilsner Urquell is one of these beers that follows strictly the German purity law, that being Reinheitsgebot, which suggests that you can only have 4 ingredients in one particular beer. That's water, yeast, malts, and hops. You can't have anything outside of that. And so this particular beer style very much shows its very specific malts and very specific hops in its very specific proportions. I very much enjoy them. I don't drink too many Pilsners simply because I honestly just prefer ales. That's just my thing. But that is not to say that I don't enjoy them. They're very great. They're great openers. They complement food well. They're not heavy that they will hide your the taste of like things like chicken, meat, or whatever. So yeah, I think that they're one of my favorite beer types to have alongside food. So if I'm having some delicious barbecue sausages or something like that, then I want to go and reach for a delicious Pilsner. But those are my thoughts on it. Let's go ahead and see what Untappd has to say on this particular beer style as we move on to this screen over here. Okay, so Radeberger Pilsner from the Radeberger Group. 4.8% alcohol by volume, so not really too heavy. Crowned by the official drink by King Friedrich August III of Saxony-Radeberger. A Pilsner style brewed near Dresden, is characterized by its dazzling and refreshing taste and has long been enjoyed by German nobility. So there you go, folks. If you're drinking this beer, you might as well just be nobility. I know that nobody follows the royal family of Germany, but you know, maybe you can take that role. Maybe you can ascend to the crown as you drink this particular beer. But that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and actually taste this thing. And so here's a funny story. The first time that I came across Radeberger Pilsner was when I came to California, and it was with my partner that we were looking for places that carried beers on draft. And there's this nice German bakery south of us that had like 4 taps of different beers. We really liked going over there and kind of just getting like liter size steins of beer for relatively cheap. We don't go to that bakery very often, but it is always like a nice place to hang out. They have a lot of iconic German food and pastries and breads and things like that. So, as I was suggesting, completely clear. I want to say maybe like a lime and gold type of color. Relatively fine, very tiny bubbles at the top. In terms of the nose, you definitely sense the aroma of those noble hops. Noble indeed. Famine Ale. Very light bodied. I want to say a 1 out of 5 clearly, as you would expect from most lagers. Very consistent hop character. Again, it's steely, it is earthy, it is a little less herbal. Like I said, I feel like it's almost like a metallic taste that you're sensing there. That is not to say that the malts get left behind though, because there's some nice sweetness bestowed upon the drink by the pale malts here. I want to say the bitterness does linger on. It does build a little bit, but I would say it's restrained. It's actually quite moderate in terms of how bitter it can get, which is why I think that this is a nice beer to accompany things like food, because you can drink some of your beer, you can eat, and it kind of washes away some of that, and then you keep enjoying your meal and your drink. So you definitely can't go wrong with this. I love this beer. It's delicious. Let's go ahead and give this a rating. 3.5 is a solid rating. Let's do that. Beautiful. Cheers. We got it. But that is what's on tap. That is what we'll be starting out with. Let's talk about, on Fridays, I really like to talk about what I've been watching, specifically anime. This is the anime chat section of the stream. Let's start off with, let's start backwards. Let's do that. So one of the things that I've been watching very slowly with my partner is Delicious in Dungeon. Now, Delicious in Dungeon is a story where this party of like wanderers or party of heroes in a fantasy setting are going down a dungeon, and the reason why they're going down a dungeon is because they're trying to save one of the party members' sisters who recently got swallowed by a dragon. Now, the assumption here is that the dragon has not digested the sister yet for some reason. So they're making their way down to find that dragon so that they can free his sister. But because they're very low on provisions and rations and things of that sort, they decide to actually eat all the monsters that they encounter as they're going down the dungeon. And so it makes for a number of scenes where you encounter like things like cockatrices or like bipedal mushrooms, and then they like fight them, and then they end up cooking them, and it's kind of like they cook it in such a way that it makes it look like real delicious food. I don't want to say it gets as close to delicious food as Food Wars does, but very, very close. It's actually quite appetizing whenever I see it. The most recent episode that I saw was episode 4, which is stewed cabbage slash orcs. Now, I guess some light spoilers there. They go to this location in the dungeon where there's golems. The golems are actually walking gardens. You can actually grow vegetables on the golems themselves. So they pick off some cabbages from them, and then right as they're about to sell them to this tavern, the tavern gets raided by orcs. The orcs slaughter everyone except for the heroes party, because they apparently know one of the members, and then they invite them into their home, and then they make bread together. And of course they make this delicious bread. They make some bread with the orcs, and they share the cabbage, and it's kind of like a nice story. But one of the interesting things about this particular episode is that they kind of go into a little bit of the biases between orcs and humans, or orcs and surface dwellers, because it includes humans and elves. And so it's kind of interesting to hear like how in this fantasy setting there's this dichotomy, there's this enmity between these two people. So we did get to see a lot of cooking, but at the same time we got to see a little bit more world building, which is always fun, I think. So that's delicious in Dungeon. The other thing that I've been watching is Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, Jujutsu Kaisen is, of course, a very popular anime. Actually, let me go switch over here. It might make a bit more sense. So Jujutsu Kaisen is this anime. It's a shonen anime. Essentially, the idea is that our protagonist, and what's his name? Yuji Tadori. He's like this high schooler. He joins this occult club that has like this relic. It's actually the finger of a demon. And he gets attacked by a ghost. In this world, the ghosts are known as curses. And of course, in order to get power to fight off the ghost, he eats the relic. He eats the finger of the demon that the occult club have. This makes him half possessed by the demon. He gets some power. At the same time, he is met by this organization that works to like put down all of these curses that have been like trying to destroy humanity. And so right now where I am, he's getting trained to be this very part of this organization. And yeah, it's one of the things that we see in the last couple of episodes is that I think, what is the last episode that I saw? Episode 9, I guess, is the last episode that I saw. And so what happens is that there's this kid, I think he's like a middle schooler. He's getting picked on by these 3 other people, or 4 other people actually. And one day he finds them at a movie theater, and then he sees that this guy approaches them, and then they literally for lack of a better term, like spontaneously combust. Their bodies twist and writhe, and it's gross. And he goes up to the guy that did that to them, and he's like, how did you do that, sort of thing, what are you? And he explains to him that he is a curse, but we don't know where it came from or why he's here. At this point, I feel like there's an association between the kid and the curse, and it's almost, the show is almost like leading you to believe that the kid caused the curse on those other kids. So kind of interesting that we're kind of starting to approach the idea of how curses get made. So that's kind of fun, I think. I think we're getting a little bit more lore here. The other thing that I'm really starting to like is kind of some of the characters that they're introducing. I've already suggested to everyone how much I love Gojo. They introduced a new teacher. I forget what his name is, like Minami. I forget what's his name. Let's see, Jujutsu Kaisen, Nanami. Yeah, it's Nanami. And I don't even want to see what his death is. I don't even want to know if he dies. But yeah, he's a really like this. he almost looks like a salaryman, but you can see that he carries like a long life of like he's like he like keeps to himself a lot, but you can also see the weight of the world on his shoulders. I don't know, it just makes for like a very interesting, mysterious, cool, kind of dorky, fatherly, teacherly type of figure. I'm excited to see if they do more with him. I hope that he's not like a person that they like immediately discard in a few episodes. I feel like the adults in this show are actually quite approachable, relatable sort of thing. And I guess who's talking, an adult sort of thing. Okay, so that is Jujutsu Kaisen. There was one other show that I just finished, and that is, of course, where is it? I just finished season 1 of Solo Leveling. So Solo Leveling is, of course, a show where you have these creatures popping up from gates. They're like fantasy monsters. At the same time, a bunch of people start getting powers. Excuse me, sorry about that. So a lot of people start getting powers, and these powers give them the ability to fight off these monsters. The monsters pop out of these gates, and if those gates don't get closed by the hunters, then the monsters will just roam free in the earth and start killing people. So our protagonist is this young man. He essentially is the weakest hunter of them all. Once you awaken as a hunter, you can't really progress. You're stuck with the powers that you were given. In the first couple of episodes, he finds himself in a very difficult situation. He almost dies, but he reawakens with the ability to actually level up, as with a standard game. And so, you kind of see his progression. His body changes, his demeanor changes. He starts killing a lot. The final episode was kind of interesting. The last couple of episodes kind of show us that he's taking on this class changing quest. And so generally when you're talking about a game and you're talking about an RPG and you're class changing, it means that you're going from one class to a completely different one. And so I don't know what he thought he was doing. In my mind, he already has a pretty solid class. I think he was playing like an assassin type character. So I had no idea why he wanted to change classes. But anyways, he gets himself into this mission that he has to battle endless monsters. They just keep coming and coming, and it's kind of crazy. He almost like gets killed again. But after a very long fight, he succeeds. And again, spoilers, he actually changes classes into I think it's like a warlock type summoner. A necromancer. He gets reincarnated as a necromancer, or changes classes as a necromancer, which gives him the ability to summon armies. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know what the breadth of his power is going to be. Are they starting him off at level 1? Because that would be terrible. But at the same time, it seems like these new powers will actually suit him very well. The game actually suggests to him that this is the class that fits what he's been doing this entire time, which I guess is kind of just like killing a lot. So it's almost as if the show is suggesting to us that he's falling deeper and deeper into this pit of just like being a killer sort of thing. Again, his primary mission here is to get this magical item to save his mom, who is terminally ill. But at this point, the question is, of course, at what expense? So I guess we won't be able to find the answer to that until season 2, because that was the end of season 1. I can't imagine that it's not going to get that season 2, though. I feel like everyone and their mother has been watching it. So that is Solo Leveling. I think it was a very solid series. I very much look forward to season 2 once it shows. Okay, But I think that is it in terms of things that we've been watching, and that is it in terms of anime talk. Let's go ahead and go move forward to our game. But before we do that, let me go ahead and post a question of the night. What's your favorite flower? And of course, the reason why I asked that is simply because, it is May. It is one of those months of flowers. And one of the things that people do in May is celebrate Mother's Day, and sometimes they give their moms flowers. I think my mom's favorite flower is, what is it called? You know what, it'll come to me. I know it in Spanish, I don't know it in English. But anyways, if you want to know what Ailes' favorite flower, it is the camellia. And so you can see these beautiful, let's go over here actually. They generally come in these beautiful spirals. Just look at the beautiful symmetry in those. It's kind of crazy just how beautiful camellias look. And their colors are always incredibly vibrant. I haven't encountered them out there on my own, but there's certainly something to look at whenever I spot them. Interestingly, I came upon the concept of camellias playing Killer 7 by Grasshopper Studios. So yeah, that's my favorite flower. Let me know what your favorite flower is. But with that, let's go ahead and move on to our game, shall we? Let's go ahead and pin that question. Let me go ahead and change our stream info. Oh, and we got an ad starting in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everyone, 2 minutes. Come on, change. Voila. Okay, so I think I changed my category. I think we're fine. Okay. So here's hoping that the sound levels are okay. Let me know if they are working for you. Let me know if they're not working for you. Now, this is my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate. This is probably my 4th session in the game. I've been playing all of it on stream. So last thing I remember doing was getting into a fight that I was not thinking I was going to win. And honestly, I almost feel like I should find the previous save file just because I wasn't ready to have that fight. But let's see what options the game gives us. So let's see what happens if I say load game. Huh, 9 hours and 42 minutes. And unfortunately, the last time the game saved was several hours before that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pick up right where we left off. And clearly I should be saving more often. Yeah, I'm gonna just use all of my everything in order to try to survive this battle, just because it's looking quite tough right now. And we've got an ad starting soon, so maybe I can do some finagling while I'm here. Oh geez. Quick targeting. So we've only got 2 enemies left. Oh wait, we have 3 enemies left, never mind. That's Timaeus. We've got a spiritual weapon with us. And I almost feel like we need to take out the archer. Not enough movement. We've only got a bonus action. Unless... Not enough movement. Mud. Huh. And it looks like the ad break has ended. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can do anything more with Asterion. And for some reason, my secondary sound source decided to start playing. Sorry about that, folks. Again, let me know if this sound is okay. So we end turn. Oh, we still have some movement, huh? Okay, I think that's good enough. Jeez. I just got shoved. Okay, this guy is going down. I am sick of this guy. Where am I in terms of healing? Sorry, actually I'm pretty good in terms of power. Sorry, HP. That's what I meant, not power. What power am I talking about? Let's destroy this guy. I kind of just want to finish this fight and go in for a long rest because this is... Yeah, this is no good. Main hand attack. What's a good? Weakening strike. This non-lethal attack possibly no. Let's go for a smite. I will smite you, sir. Down he goes. Take everything, including and especially that stuffed bear. Okay, so now let's move closer to the archer. Or actually, let me see if I can use a spell. Actually, I probably shouldn't go too far from Asterion, just because he right now is suffering the most. So let me acid, water. You sure chose a precarious location to stand in, Asterion.
Can't slow down.
And that person is unconscious. I forget, is this supposed to be a friend or a foe? I don't know. I don't really know. Oh, double movement cost simply because it is difficult terrain. Okay, so I think we end right there. Look at that, what do you think you're doing? Oof. Okay, so I think I can get that guy. I just need to get away from the acid. Ugh. Witch Bolt. 100%. Oh, that's actually sweet. Let's take him out. Down they go. Beautiful. No more blasted nonsense. Not enough movement. Let's go over... We just need to not be in the poop here. I think that's the problem here. Water. We'll tread water, that's fine. What is this yellow? Can I just like jump? Maybe I can jump. How about that? Okay, so that will at the very least have us avoid any more acid, I think. Too far. What about there? You still took some acid damage, boy. Okay. And I think that's it.
Need to act fast.
Yeah, probably. Maybe you also need to get out of here. Let's go with jump. Okay. Good. Let's see. And we still have an action. I wonder if I can heal for poison. I guess this is acid, so it's not really poison. Resistance, concussive smash. Disguise self, turn undead. Duplicity. Multiplicity, just like the Michael Keaton movie. Dash, hide. Disengage. Hide from enemies. That might be good. Yeah, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like I have anything. Maybe if I can hit this guy. 40% damage. Let's do it. This will save us so much trouble. Ooh, got him for 6. Okay, nice. How much HP do they have left? 1 out of 7, so it's actually quite good. Let's end turn right there. Let's see if we can get slightly higher ground. Okay, now can we do a special ranged attack? Sneak attack ranged. Must have advantage against target. I guess let's try to do regular attack then. Yeah, 55. Oh, come on. Come on, you. Wait, I didn't want to. Can I go back? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on.
Go for the throat.
I don't think that's... I think the turn order started.
What now?
Let's see, who needs healing right now? Maybe that's the real question here. Why is it... Okay, Tamias. Why is it showing Asterion? I don't understand that. I think it's because I'm targeting him. Isn't that the case? To kill a creature of all diseases and poisons. Maybe don't use that yet. Ranged attack. Could try that. But I should probably move first. Move closer. What do you think? That's too much. Not enough movement. How far can I get? Actually, not very far. Let's just go for ranged attack. I'll take a 40% if it's just a single HP. Whew, you have summoned the creature. Beautiful. Select this portrait in party line to control its actions. Okay. Wow, so I have a floating hammer. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I think that we should probably heal up
What to do?
and make sure not to go into the poop again. Findle.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
Maybe we need to try to revive him? Oh, our weapon disappeared. Actions. Use your blessed touch to heal a creature. Divine sense. Speak with animals. That is not an animal, sir. Scroll. Maybe use a potion on him. But I feel like if I select the potion, it's going to make me use it on myself, which I really don't want to. Single use. Can I toss the item? Caustic bulb. Greater healing potion. Wait. There we go. 100%. Ah, he's alive.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
I solved the puzzle. How did those goblins slip into the grove?
It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Yeah, you just went through the acid, my friend. Open journal to learn more. Okay, what else is here? Again, I want to make sure that I don't step on any more poop. And I see that my feet are red, which probably means that I'm in like treacherous ground. Just take everything. I hope that this is the end of this cave. I really don't want to explore anymore right now. And we gotta avoid this acid, of course. Oh, we still have to step on it. What about this slab? Rune of the Bear. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a place that needed a rune. Or...
Well met.
No, I didn't wanna... I didn't want to talk right now. Let's just leave. Maybe that turns off the mechanism that was firing at us. Would you stop stepping on the acid? Jeez. I just don't want to trigger that blasted weapon anymore. I just want to go and rest. Can't somebody let me rest, please? Okay. Maybe let's put a marker here. Can I put a marker? Fast travel, show legend. Okay, stone door is where that is. I don't know what that is. Find the Githyanki Krish. Oh, these are like quests, huh? Save the refugees. What's here? Saza. I vaguely remember how we got here. We did a small jump. So let's... You know what, like I said, I'm kind of just thinking that maybe we just need to take a long rest. So let's do that. I might be sorry, but maybe I won't be. Sophia Lee, welcome to the Ales and Fails stream. How are you doing today? Sophia is indeed here. Here's hoping that you're having a delectable Friday. Thank you very much for popping in. Maybe you're a fan of the Baldur's Gate. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are a fan of the ales, which we do have. Where is the option to go to camp? Comp. I bet if I say it fancy enough. Show legend. You looking so good today. Yeah, you know, I sometimes am a bit of a looker. Thank you for noticing. I'm just playing, of course. Can I fast travel to camp? Yes, camp. You're in love with the glasses. Everybody likes the glasses. They're actually goggles. You know, because goggles are cool. So say the Grease 2 movie. All right, let's take some R&R here. Let's chat with some folks. Get to some relaxing. Relax-a-taxi. How did you find the stream, by the way? I'm actually quite interested. Nobody comes around these parts.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
No, so do I. And this is as good a time as any. Even though this is a drinks-friendly stream, we certainly don't suggest anybody drinking themselves to oblivion or even overdoing it, because it impairs you. We are here simply to enjoy our ales, but while you're doing that, kindly stay hydrated. It's a dry, dry world out there. Let's see. Okay. I think that's enough for now, Asterion. You're looking quite handsome today. What is all this stuff? It's a bedroll. Ah, one of my favorites, Shadowheart.
Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
Such as what? I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Well, how am I holding up in your estimations? That's a very unusual thing to ask, but we'll just go ahead with it.
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Well, I can't imagine you have had too many confidants that are golden dragons with pink highlights. But let me know if I'm mistaken. Let's turn to other matters. Always nice talking to Shadowheart. I feel like I'm growing on her. Yeah, I feel like I'm chiseling through her defenses. Ah, Gale.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Is that the case? How many warlocks just have you know? I do want you to join me, Gale, actually. Let's leave behind Asterion for a bit.
I'd be delighted, though someone else will need to watch
Somebody else needs to watch the baking of the bread, I suppose. You can take Asterian's place.
Magical. So, shall we?
Yeah. Ooh, it looks like Gale's ready for a level up. Let's go ahead and check that out, actually. How do we do this? Short rest, turn-based mode. Character sheet.
Ready and willing.
Okay, level up. Level up. Oh, beautiful. Couple of spell slots unlocked. The reason why I'm thinking of traveling a bit more with Gale, I do feel like he's more of a good character. Which is not to say that I'm not enjoying Asterion terribly. I'm quite fond of him, but I feel like maybe having Gale around for now might seem a little bit closer, might align a little bit better with what I'm trying to accomplish. So, let's continue. Choose the spells that you know from the list. Spells require spell slots to cast. So let's make him a DPS fiend. Magic weapon. Blur. Attackers have disadvantage in attack rolls. I'm gonna choose something quickly. I really don't want to bore everyone with my choices here. Ice knife. Ooh, look at that. Enhanced leap. Long strider. Protection from good and evil. Honestly, I'm just looking for like this a great firebolt or something like that. Creates a dark shroud. This is how quickly I'm choosing a spell, by the way. Oh, this is kind of fun. Mirror image. This is like a mirror force sort of thing. Shatter. Damages all nearby creatures. Oh, this is like an explosion, like an AoE. That might be fun in a pinch. Scorching Ray. 6 through 36 damage. Wow. Let's go. Let's go. False Life. Gains 7 temporary hit points until your long rest. Burning Hands. Each flammable target is hit. Okay. That seems fun, but we already have a fire spell. Let's go with a mirror image. That would be fun. Oh, but there's also an acid arrow. That might be fun. But it's gotta be Mirror Force. Mirror Force! Okay. Prepared spells. You can only cast from a limited selection of the spells. So these are my level 2s. What are my level 1s? Oh, I see. So Magic Missile is good. Thunder Wave is good. Sleep is good. Find Familiar. Mage Armor. And the Witch's Bolt, which as we have seen has horribly destructive power. Gotta love that Gale. And just a second here, folks. Sorry, a bit of a bit of the real life is getting in the way as usual. Okay, let's keep going. So, I don't want to.
Looking ahead.
Can I actually change the order in which the party goes?
At the ready.
What are you doing? Group split. No, I guess. See, I really wanted to have Gale before Will, but that really doesn't make any difference.
Can't give up now.
So, Will, how's it going?
Well,
No, you're coming with us. You're part of this current quest. Lae'zel, we haven't talked in a
The
while.
Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
You know what? I also feel like I'm a benevolent do-gooder who is also useless. But what do I know? What do I know? You tell me. You be the judge. Sound off in the comments. Are you sure a crash is our only path to... I'm not gonna say that. Come on. But I will ask about this. Are you sure a crash is our only path to a cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zathis purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
So what you're saying is yes. I'm not gonna, discuss the level of reference here. I do want to sound positive based on the fact that she just gave me some information. So that kind of wisdom is very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
She is very much a very proud individual about her race, so that's kind of cool. That's cool. I think let's end it there, Lae'zel. Did I miss anybody? No, I think we talked to everyone. Let me see if I can put some stuff away in my chest. And then let's take a long rest, because I do think that maybe I just need to put some stuff. Timaeus. All of these rune slates, I have no idea what the purpose of these are. Can I just open my own character box and... Not spellbook. But I should look at the spellbook at some point. Wait, how do I open my item? Oh, I think it's probably in the character sheet, right? Ah, so much junk. Okay. Can we just filter throwables? What is a camp supply? So what if I put just equipment? Got a few potions here, a few scrolls, arrows, throwables, camp supplies. I almost feel like maybe I can put the camp supplies in the camp, because I'm not gonna use them outside of camp, right? That makes sense. I'm only ever here at camp to do long rests. And of course weapons. So maybe I leave the camp supplies behind. Can I actually do that? Please don't make me use it if I just click on it. See, it immediately says, oh, you have to use it. Actions. Drop item, send to camp. Okay, so I'm gonna multi-select all of this stuff. Wait, why can't I multi-select? Okay, there we go. Can I also select this one? And cheese. And then actions are sent to camp. Okay, cool. So let's send that to camp as well. Actually, now I'm thinking that maybe I should just keep those on me. At least one set of camp supplies might be a good idea. So let's go to camp supplies. Okay, so now all of this stuff is here with me. I'll take this with me and then let me spread it across my party. Okay, so everyone gets one. Wait, where did it go? Where did it go? Ah! Why do you do this to me, game? I just want to... Okay, let's try this again. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so there it is. Actions. Shadow Heart. And of course it gave all of them to Will. Oh my gosh. The easiest thing to do. You know, in real life, all you would do is say, hey, can every one of you guys take one of these and we're cool, right? But no. The game's just a little obtuse when it comes to that. Okay, camp supplies. Let me go ahead and split these. And let's do this final split over here. Voila. Okay, so now let's filter through camp supplies and give one to every person. Okay, give this one to Gale. And does that mean everyone has one? Asterion has one, Lae'zel has one, Gale has one. And then let's go ahead and give this one to Camp. Beautiful. Okay. So now everyone has a camp set. In terms of any other items that I might have. Throwables, arrows, scrolls, potions. We probably need to split the potions up just a bit more. What are even these things? It's not actually showing me tooltips. There it is. Basic poison. Potion of glorious vaulting. Potion of greater healing. Healing. Potion of speed. Simple toxin. And wyvern toxin. I think this is what the old lady gave me, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, does anybody not have at least one or two potions? What is this? Basic poison. Of course Lae'zel does. Just happens to not have a regular potion. So let's split this one. And let's give this one to Lae'zel. Okay. And then I've got two, Shadowheart has two. I think we're good here. And let's see, in terms of things that I just want to put away, I have no idea what this is. Where's my tooltips? A rune slate. Sure, put it away. What are these even? I should probably go through the inventory to see if anything makes my character stronger. Rags? I wish there was a way to differentiate like just things that you can trash. And I definitely don't need books. Or at least not now. Rotten mushroom. Whatever would I do with a rotten mushroom? Let's keep a teddy bear with us. Cutting board. I'm sure we can throw it at somebody. Alright, I think that's enough. Let's go ahead and take that long rest. Oh, exclamation mark.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. The sooner we find the druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
And every time they show my character shirtless, I'm just like, that is some metal that you've got going on there. I wish my pecs were as chiseled as yours, my friend. So I will come next for you. Okay. How are you feeling?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
Well, I mean, I feel like the most kind response would probably be number one. But it also just sounds kind of, you know, heartless. I don't know. I almost feel like number three might be the, like, you know what? I'm implying that this is not gonna happen. So let's not even think about it. Let's not do this. I don't like hypothetical questions.
It's hardly hypothetical. We're still in danger after all.
Well then, let's go with number one. I'm gonna hunt for a cure. Maybe I could leave you tied up while I hunted for a cure.
Really? I'd just kill you. Anyway, get some rest.
Come on!
Try not to dream about tying me up. Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
I guess let's try this conversation one more time. I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up in your estimations?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Okay, well, you know, she said that before, and I still like it. I still like hearing it. Okay. We are done for right now, Shadowheart. Always such a pleasant chatter. Oh. Gale, what's on your mind?
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Hold on a second here. I wonder what you might want to talk about. But let's wrap, you and me. Rather important, no less. All right, go ahead. Well, yeah, let's talk. Rather important, no less. All right, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage.
I like that you're putting it that way.
The tension between Zevlor and Aradin, the way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder, the way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
You know, flattery is going to get you everywhere, right? That's very gratifying to hear.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Well, I'm gonna ask for more information. What kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
What? Well, okay. What happens if you don't consume these items?
I'll spare you the finer details, but it begins with a simple biological deterioration, muscle spasms, disorientation, a slight ringing in the ears, and, if left for too long, catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, and before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna just call him out for a liar. Maybe there's such a thing in this world, right? Let me ask a little bit more here. Where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I have an item. I don't know what exactly he's talking. Okay. What it, You know what? I'm going to play gullible here. I feel like I want to help. He hasn't like suggested to me that he's trying to steal stuff, and I still don't know what item he's talking about. So I expected as much. Don't worry. I'm happy to help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
You better not be asking for Shadowheart's magical trinket, by the way, because that's gonna be a hard no.
How can I help?
Let's ask a bit more here. I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
This is a very interesting condition there, Gale. I think we're done for right now. All right, Will. And actually, this might be a good time to take a quick break here.
Through your head and down to your feet.
Oh wait.
There it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
You know what? We're gonna leave it here. We're gonna leave it while I'm showcasing my awesome chest. I need to take Shiro out for a quick walk. I need to take a bio break myself. We'll be back in 7 or 8 minutes. So here's hoping that you are still interested to see in the exciting conclusion of this conversation. See you on the other side. Hello and welcome back to the Ale Fails stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, Beer Goggles 21, Mama Ales, baby boy, and of course here with my trusty partner Churro, who is hiding behind his bed, if as you can see in this little camera over here, right over here. So we are in the middle of our modern speakeasy corner. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're having a good time today. But before we get into the action, let's go ahead and see what else is on tap today. And let me settle myself here. So every once in a while, what I really like to do is I like to showcase non-alcoholic beers. And the reason for that is, you know what, sometimes we don't need the alcohol. Sometimes we're just happy enjoying the flavors of the beers themselves. And so, you know, there's also folks that just don't want to have alcohol, and that's perfectly fine. Please, you do you. I have started growing fond of a few non-alcoholic drinks, and so this is one such drink. I actually picked this up not too long ago, a couple days ago, and I really wanted to go on stream to actually talk about it. This is from our friends at Surreal Brewing Company. We've had some of their stuff before with mixed results, but I'm hoping that this is going to be nice and tasty. This is their non-alcoholic pastry porter. So as you can see, it has the Surreal Brewing dragon face logo on it. I think all their beers have this particular logo, but given the fact that I've only had one of them, I don't know quite yet. It's got that like milk chocolate brown background with some like roast on the top. And of course the dragon itself is just white. It's like one of these like geometric dragons of sorts. So what exactly is a pastry porter? Well, I guess it's a little difficult to talk about what a porter is without talking about a stout. Originally these were the same style. Like stouts and porters were actually the same exact thing. In fact, they used to be known as porter stouts. Now they're a little bit different, but sometimes they flow into one another. I've heard that one rule of thumb is that in order to make a porter, you take the malts that you use for both of them are the same. You use things like crystal malts, you use things like chocolate malts, you use caramel malts. But the main difference between a porter and a stout is that a porter, for those same malts, you actually roast them. You don't roast them for a porter and you roast them for a stout. I don't know how true that is, and sometimes the answer largely depends on the brewmaster, who makes the call whether something is a porter or a stout. I like to think that porters are a little bit on the browner scale. They have you have roast on the nose, versus a stout has like a little milk on the nose, if that makes any sense to anybody out there. But yeah, they're largely the same style. Now, what a pastry stout or a pastry porter is, the idea is that you want to emulate as closely as possible your favorite pastry. So be it a cinnamon bun, being a piece of cheesecake, being an oatmeal cookie, and you want to make your beer taste as close to as possible as that. You generally start with a milk stout base, or a milk porter in this particular instance, and then you simply start adding adjuncts. And what an adjunct is something that you throw into the fermentation tank. They're generally sugars, so that the yeast feeds off them and the beer picks up some of those qualities after the fact. A lot of like traditional beer makers don't like that particular practice because they feel like they hide the flavors of the malts themselves and the hops. That is not a fight that I'm going to pick. I'm going to tell you that you should like what you like, and if you don't like pastry stouts, pastry porters, then don't have them. Just don't have them. It's okay. But those are my thoughts on what a pastry porter is. Let's go ahead and actually see what Untapped has to say on the matter over here. So, pastry porter by Surreal Brewing Company. 0.5% alcohol by volume. This pastry porter is perfect for hanging out and telling stories around the campfire. Vanilla adds warmth to coffee notes, with cacao nibs enhances chocolate undertones. We added milk sugar and monk fruit for a touch of decadence. Can anybody tell me what monk fruit is? What exactly is a monk fruit? Let's see, monk fruit. luo hanguo, and it is this fruit. Swingle fruit is a herbaceous perennial vine of the gourd family, native to southern China. So I guess it's a Chinese fruit. I don't know that I've had it before. Maybe as an ingredient in something else, but I've never had it myself, or at least I don't recall having it. Okay, but yeah, that's what Untapped has to say on the matter. Let's go ahead and actually taste this thing. And yeah, I love my pastry stouts. They're like I don't know, they're like drinking delicious, like I don't know, like what's the word that I'm looking for? Like a milkshake sort of thing, because they're generally very sugary, they're sweet. And you know what? I love sweet things. I'm sorry, I love sweet things. Sue me. Come at me, bro. Yeah, so this is definitely a porter because what I can see is brown at the top. Generally with a stout, what you see is white at the top. Again, kind of just like a visual cue as to what exactly is what. And we've got our standard pint glass here. As you can see, this foam is actually largely brown, which means that it's going to go down very quickly. A very brown body, rather opaque. You can't actually see through this. In terms of a nose, we got some rose there. We got some very early chocolate. I guess that would be the cacao nibs. Nothing too much more there. It's fairly clean for a nose. Famine ale. So definitely rich. I want to say 3.5 out of 5 in terms of body composition. Milk chocolatey. There's some subtle richness there. I do sense some coffee notes. And so it's almost like a mocha flavor. No real bittering notes. Again, most of what I'm reading there is kind of like a milk chocolate coffee on the sweeter side of things, but nothing too particularly sweet. Like nobody went ahead and added a bunch of creamer to this one. There's some creaminess as well in there, and generally when I detect creaminess, what I'm actually detecting is some vanilla notes, which is probably what I'm sensing here. Very light in terms of like bittering notes. It's not really a hop forward type of beer, but there is like a, if there is anything to be said about like a herbal type of nose, it does read as a roast. So yeah, a very certainly a magnificent roast, and it comes in the like the after with. I don't know how you suggest it, but like when you when you smell something, that's like how you do it. But if you back smell it, it's like you smell what you have in your mouth. That's kind of how I smell that roast. I'm sure that there's a proper terminology for that one. But yeah, this is good. This is not bad. Certainly, I think I like this a little bit more than the last thing I had from Surreal Brewing. Let's go ahead and give this a rating. 275 is probably where I'll put it today. Thank you very much, Surreal Brewing. I do enjoy my pastry porters. I gotta say, I could use a little more sugar, but you did a good job today. Okay, but that is that. Let's go ahead and go back to our game, shall we? Okay, so we were just talking to Will. Surprisingly fine in spite of it all.
Surprising is just the word, isn't it? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
That's interesting that you mentioned a hot flash. Let's go with something special about us, or at least about our tadpoles.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
Man of action, that Will.
Well met.
Yeah, Will is proving to be a fine lad, I think. Lae'zel, what say you?
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
What do you mean by the tears?
Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear.
Clear. That's so I guess we're understanding a bit of Githyanki lore here. Are all Githyanki from the tears?
Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Clear is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon, where I slit my cousins' throats at the Varsh's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
That's it's okay.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Let's end it here. I really don't want to argue. I really want to find this Halsin individual. I have my hopes. An Asterion. Last but not least.
You know, I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
You know what? It doesn't have to be. We can still travel together.
Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Once again, this flattery is just getting to me. Gosh. No, you're crazy. You're crazy. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say, you know what? I thought you didn't like me.
You have your charms. More than you think.
The smile on his pretty lips is a touch too composed, a bit too perfect. He may not mean a word he says.
Gosh darn it. Let's just give a friendly warning. I don't know that it's gonna come off as a friendly warning, but yeah, maybe let's be careful with this Asterion. Watch yourself, Asterion.
Oh. You're no fun. Sleep tight. I'll see you later. I'm sure.
Let's go ahead and take a nap. Can I just use all this other stuff? Oh gosh, it won't make up for what I need. Let's just use a pack, I guess. What are you doing, Asterion? Okay, good. We have our autosave. Let's get out of here. Let's go find that housing. Oh man, back with it to this cacophony. So let's try and jump back to where we were, which is how we got here in the first place. Actually, now we can probably explore the inside of this dungeon, right? Before we keep going. What are you guys even doing there? Oh, there's like another path on that side. Makeshift prison. Pick up rotting basket. Sure, I will take the rotting basket. And welcome on in. Oh, Alani Barrett? Let me know if that's how you pronounce your name. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. How are you doing? Here's hoping that you're having a mellifluous Friday. Happy Friday indeed. Alright, so what we don't want to do is step over the poop again. Please, everyone, don't step on the poop. It's been a long day. And I believe that is still acid, which we don't want to step on. Guys, don't step on the acid. Let's jump. I'm going to have to jump. Wow. Guys, please stop stepping on the acid. Okay. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Do I have some plans for this weekend? Well, I do have some plans actually. I plan on trying to make some soup tomorrow. Specifically, broccoli cheddar soup. I never have done that before. I'm in the process of trying to learn new recipes, you see. The family kind of enjoys that. How about yourself? Do you have any fun things lined up for yourself? Take it all. Wow, everyone had stuff. Okay, so we're trekking some mud. Let's make sure that we don't have too much mud on our feet. And what is this? And what is this? And what is that? Perception successful. And so what did I perceive? Let's see, yeah, at the moment I'm doing my work because I'm so possessive towards my work. So just doing. Well, let's hope that this little stream doesn't distract you from whatever it is you're focusing on. But once again, thank you very much for... Okay, come on. Let's move out. Let's move out, guys. Why are we there? So we're on fire. Wow.
Well met.
I don't want to talk. I want to put out the fire. Jeez. Use. No, don't use the torch. Just help the guy. Okay, well, we took a lot of damage there for no reason. Can we inspect the thing and maybe throw something at it? Standing torch. No, I'm not distracting. I'm doing good. I'm keep both. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm assuming you're a fan of Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you just found a stream with the lowest numbers of viewers and decided to pop in. So maybe we're not ready to do this. What if my perception check worked out? Why is it that I still got hurt? I don't understand that. I could just run through, but at the same time I don't want to. I feel like I'm just gonna get more further damaged. And thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. You certainly didn't have to do that, but here's hoping that you enjoy your time here. How did you find this stream, by the way? I am so sweet. I'm not that sweet. I'm actually a little bit bitter. Bitter by time. No, I'm not. I'm not softy. You got me. Guys, let's go. We'll come back when we can dispel fire, I guess. I don't know. Gale lost consciousness in acid? No, wait. Okay, Gale, let's give you something to heal up, or maybe let's use a spell. I put a spell on you. Let's see, nobody deserved this. Well, very much appreciate that you think so. I just found you scrolling Twitch. Very cool, very cool. The system works, as they say. Have you got any fun plans for the weekend yourself? Lay on hands. Use your blessed touch to heal a creature or cure all of its diseases and poisons. Let's try a quick lay on hands. It seems like we've got 3 of them. We might as well use it on Will right now. Cure, lesser healing. Will, my friend, you've seen better days. Let's get out of here. Let's find that Haslin. Kind of just tired of going into these like side locations. I'm tired of it, you know. I'm just like, just like, let's do the thing that we're out there to do. Yeah, after I complete work, I have some plans to enjoy and hang out with my friends. Hey, that's awesome. I always say that there's very few things in life that are not as satisfactory as they could be if you do them with friends. Okay, it looks like we can actually go down. Now, what is this place? Please don't tell me that these are like sharp plants or something like that. It's like an extra path or something.
I don't like the look of that mushroom. I should stay clear.
Okay, I will not touch the mushroom. So maybe this is a dead end right here. Let's see, by the way, do you love animations? Well, what kind of animations? I don't know. I love lovely animations. I love cute animations. I love animated series. Alright, let's jump. Oh, I can just lie on this bed, huh? I think you can stay there and think about what you've done. Oh, actually, I think we're going back to town right here. Yeah, so that's a makeshift prison. I think we will go back to this location later. Let's place a marker right here. For right now, I'm fine just calling it custom marker. I don't know what to call it. Let's call it cave. Cave is good, isn't it? Cave is good. I think it was called like Temple Door or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember anymore. Sue me. Okay, cave. Animations like 3D animations. Yeah, 3D animations are nice. You know, they are the basis of like 3D games, just as this one. So I can't imagine that I would be like, you know what, I really hate 3D animations, but I am enjoying this 3D animated game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so like I was saying, I'm trying to find Halsin. Halsin. Find Arabella's parents. Find the Githyanki creche. Save the refugees. Is there anything that I can find in order to travel to waypoint? I wish that there was something that actually told me how to go about finding Halsin. Maybe we need to actually leave the Emerald Grove. Maybe that's what we need to do. Where am I? This is our party. And this is... I think this is the makeshift cave location, right? Shabby wooden doors. Let's open. They are locked. Let's see. Do I want to see? Not at this moment, but thank you for offering. So we talked to this guys. Okay, and that's a merchant. And of course this is the grove. That's not really gonna get us far. Maybe this side? Save the refugees. Show and journal. Wait. What about this? The Blade of Frontier. Hunt down Karlak. Maybe let's go over the yonder over here. We might be able to unlock more story in that way. You guys keep doing your thing. And of course, we are still enjoying a non-alcoholic pastry stout by Surreal Brewing. To your health. Ish delish. And it seems like there is a hole there from what my map is suggesting. Now, what is this nature of this hole? We will find out later. Stay tuned. So we cut around this side. Kind of just annoyed by the fact that we just randomly got hurt in that cave again.
I don't have it! How stupid are you? Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
And what is this? No, I think we've already been here, right? I think so. Secluded chamber. Yeah, we've already been here.
Keep your steel sharp.
I'm out. I will try and keep my steel sharp. Alright, so in order to get to the other side of that map, yeah, I think we keep going down and maybe there's a clearing here. I'm not so sure. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Can I just climb?
Touch me and I'll bite your fingers off. I will.
Is there like a climbing ability mayhaps? Maybe it'll just have to be jump. Wow. That is a crazy jump. No, Lacrissa.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight.
By the way, I do custom arts. You know what? I had a feeling. I think I'm good though. I appreciate you offering, but I think I'm good. Alright. But at least we can put up a fight. Let's go with... I kind of want to be supportive. I want to suggest... Let's see. But after hearing what you did at the gate, we can put up a fight. Not with that attitude. Fight and win.
There's optimism and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line?
Are you talking about the art of gambling? I'm not the wagering type.
No? Shame. I thought you might enjoy a little fun. Be safe out there, whatever comes your way.
What a silly kid. Here's hoping that my party members follow. Why are they just hanging out over there? Okay. Can she also jump up here? Too high. So, was I the only one that was able to jump? Seriously?
Touch me and I'll bite your fingers off.
Path is interrupted. Ah, that's obnoxious. What about the others? It seems like maybe the other characters can't jump up there. Okay, it looks like I'm just gonna have to go back to my party. I can't just pull them to me, which is a bit unfortunate, I'll admit. Is there anything else to be done here? Wooden hatch. Wait, what is this? Secluded chamber. Hey, is this the other side of that same place that we were at? Kind of looks like it. Yeah, it might just be the case. Burlap sack. Ooh, a potato. I love potatoes. There's nothing there. Guys, I don't want to steal. Come on, stop making me want to steal things. Okay. Ladder. Cord. So let's not do the things that it says steal. Let's go for the things that say open. What do you think? Yeah, I love me a good rotten mushroom. Take that hat. A piece of rotten Berghost blue wedge. Take it all. Some clothes, maybe for Asterion. No, I think he deserves something a little nicer. What do you think? Some rotten eggs. Everything is rotten. Tanner's Delight. Okay, another burlap sack. Elfin wood soles. Gotta love it. Open crate. Some clothes. Ooh, some sandals and some rags. A wooden barrel. Oh, nice. Some ales. We do love our ales around here. A wooden barrel. Nothing here, unfortunately. What about here? A wooden crate. Life is like a wooden crate. You don't know what you're gonna get. Ah, carafe of wine. Another crate. Oh, but that one says steal. I don't want to steal. Standing torch. Okay, so everything else seems like it's a stealable item, so I don't really want to... I don't really want to take stuff. But yeah, this seems like it's the same cave that we were in before. Except that we're on the other side. Shattered wine barrel. Where are we moving it to? Oh wait, there's a person down there. Who is that? Yeah, so a lot of this is what we've already explored before. What about this one? Nothing. Okay, I think we are good. I could jump all the way down, but my question is that going to instigate a fight? I kind of just came in here wondering... I didn't want to just like, you know, go into somebody's house or whatever. But it seems relatively accessible. Hi guys. Wait, we've already talked to these guys. Tilsies. Oh, I see. Gotcha. I didn't realize that there was another exit towards this location. Gale, please use jump. Don't hurt your knees like me. Let's get out here.
Goblins, gnolls. So many ways to die.
Alright, at least the entire party's here. Let's keep walking. Hey, who is... Oh, wait. That's just Will. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, can we collect some butterflies? Probably not. The Risen Road. I wonder if what we're supposed to do is go south, or this location seems like what we need to do. The Blade of Frontiers, hunt down Karlach. Save the first druid. So this is what I really want to do. Show in map. Okay, so if we're going down this path, we'll eventually stumble upon this goal, which is what I think we need to do. What do you say? What say you, my friend? It's yours, my friend. Okay, so really we need to head down this way. I don't think we can. Maybe we can climb up this mountain. This looks climbable, right? Yes, yes it does. The awesome might of the aggro crag. Ooh, look at this. It is a chest. Now, who thought about leaving a chest all the way out here? Some gald, some potions. Got him. Okay, let's keep going down the path. And it seems like our next point is down that direction? Maybe? How do we get down there? Huh. Maybe we have to keep climbing. No, it's just a chest. It just shows us the chest. Can we climb down the tree, maybe? Guys, what do I do here? What say you, Gale? Okay, so I don't think that we can... Maybe we just jump down in this direction. This looks jumpable. When in doubt, jump. The greatest magical spell ever. Jump. Not enough space. Okay, I'm not gonna kill myself over this blasted jump. This seems a bit silly. I do wish that there was a more specific way to define what the road is. I know that the game is very much open-ended, but at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating that I know that this is the direction that I'm supposed to go through, and at the same time it's not very clear cut. Maybe we jump over there. There we go. This is pretty safe, I think. Hiya! Come on, guys. You can do it.
Could swat me halfway to arm. Strange things are happening to us. Festers in our minds may well impel our bodies.
What are you talking about, Gale? What are you on about today? Okay, are we closer to going down? I feel like we're going the wrong way at this point. See, we're supposed to go here. Maybe we'll just like go around. Let's keep following this path.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
There's an autosave, which is nice. Autosaves are generally good.
I don't know.
Let's jump down there and see what's up. Maybe there's some friends we can help. I doubt it. Hey, everyone.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Okay. Let's go with his wounds look deep. I might be able to help. Roll him. Ah! I tried. Come on. Yeah, let's use an inspiration. Can I use some? I don't have any bonuses, huh? That's okay. That's understandable. Please, I just like to help people when they're in when they're in mortal danger. It's just a thing that happens every once in a while. Ah, there we go.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you could do.
I'm watching you.
I think
The injured
I
man
think I can
locks
see that.
eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
I wonder if he has he also has one of these tadpoles in their head. I wonder if I should. Oh gosh, welcome, friend of the stream, John. How are you doing this fine Friday afternoon? Thank you once again for subscribing to this measly work of a channel we have going on. Very much appreciate your support. Longtime friend of the stream, oftentimes a contributor to the Ales and Fails universe. Thank you very much for your time, John. Question of the night, poinsettias are quite nice. What are poinsettias, actually? I don't think I've actually ever seen a poinsettia. Let's see. Poinsettia. Oh, actually... There we go. That's what a poinsettia looks like. Those are nice. I feel like every time I see those, I assume that they are like artificial flowers. But that's an interesting choice. Why do you like them? I'm going to say hold or stare because, well, maybe it might activate my own tadpole. But I don't want to just let him be.
Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He's a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
I think he's asking us to protect his siblings, right?
Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
What are they talking about? I don't quite understand what they mean. As in, I'm now they're like a master of some sort. Let's This is a very strange conversation. True soul.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
Wow, that's nothing that I necessarily expected. Let me catch up on chat. They do look a little uncanny, but they are very vibrant and Christmassy. Yeah, absolutely. They do have that red, that Christmas red. I completely agree. And I do enjoy Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. No, actually I lie. My favorite holiday is my birthday. But you know that. You know that. How goes the BG playthrough? It's going well. I was able to survive the battle that I thought I was going to die at the beginning of the stream, and now we're just like trying to find this druid that's missing because apparently he might have the ability to help us with our parasite. Because we have a parasite condition, it's inside us. And when the time comes, true souls like you will rule. Why are you out here? So I can pretend that I know what they're talking about. Maybe tell them to go. Maybe I need to learn a bit more. Let's see, why are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Ah, so they're also looking for survivors like myself. Thank you very much for the... Okay, very good. Best of luck getting dewormed. I shall be on lurk. Thank you very much for the lurk, John. Always appreciate the pop-in. I'm actually wrapping things up here. I might just finish this dialogue tree and find a raid target. But thank you once again for checking in on us. Let's see. We're looking for fugitives. Perhaps you can... These fugitives. Tell me more.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
Okay. Well, let's be a bit truthful here. I'm a survivor of that crash. Looks like you found me.
You? Brenna, kill him!
Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Clearly, I should have known a bit better. But, with that, I think we're going to go back to intermission over here. I certainly wasn't expecting that to become such a sticky situation all of a sudden, but you know what? Stranger things have happened in the past. So, unfortunately, we're going to actually have to wrap things up here. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with us today at the Ales and Fails stream. If you like this sort of nonsense, if you like my banter, if you like the look, please join me next week. I generally stream on Thursdays and Fridays. On Thursdays, I play retro games. I'm currently playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. On Fridays, I am playing Baldur's Gate 3. Every once in a while, though, I mix it up, and so I've got some off-menu games also to play. Before you leave, though, kindly stay and please join me in our raid. Let's go ahead and raid one of our friends, Megan Hertz. She's currently running a Ocarina of Time randomizer, which I think is fun. I was there actually a little bit earlier, and she's doing it for a good cause. She's what's it called? Raising funds for a charity against I think it is lupus. Yeah, I think it's lupus. So please join me in raiding her. Once again, thank you very much for your time. As I like to end these things, stay thirsty, LPAC. We'll see you again. And let's go and raid. And let's end this.